Today, we have a very interesting set of materials in our hands. It records a dialogue between a teacher and students. The most unique part is that the starting point of this conversation was actually a video about brain neuroscience. Exactly. And from there it extends all the way to very ancient Buddhist wisdom. Our task today is to help you extract a set of mental exercise methods from this dialogue that can actually be us. Add in daily life to see how modern science and ancient wisdom can be combined in a specific practical operation. This is the most attractive part of this material. It is not lexical or empty talk. It is a very specific how-to guide. It directly equates the scientific and physical concept of reshaping the brain with the internal experience of subduing defilements. This gives us a very powerful entry point at the idea that changing the mind is actually an engineering project that can be designed and executed. The brain as headquarters. Everything starts with a short film about neuroplasticity. After watching it, the master in the dialogue immediately seized on this point, saying it is exactly the same as establishing right view in Buddhism. At first, one might think this is quite a leap. Science and faith seem so different, but there is a key connection point. In the material, the master compares the brain to a headquarters that commands your entire body. Your eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and all bodily senses are the soldiers of this headquarters. What we usually call habits, like loving sweets, scrolling through your phone, or getting angry, don't happen out of thin air. They are neural circuits already established in your brain that are being reinforced every day, just like pre-planned combat routes in an army. From this perspective, spiritual practice is no longer a tug-of-war or willpower. It is more like urban planning. It involves decommissioning old roads and building new ones. Merely shouting at your soldiers to be disciplined is useless because they are used to the old road leading to indulgence. You must give them a new, clearer, and more efficient path. You must reshape your brain to truly reshape your behavior patterns. The core technique of focusing on a single point. The dialogue mentions a core technique called focusing intently on a single point. The master explains this through classic examples, as some ancient methods teach people to concentrate all their spirit on a single Buddha's name, like a laser beam. Another method teaches one to continuously visualize a very bright, pure white, and perfect full moon. The point isn't whether the object is a sound or an image, but the concentration that gathers all light into a single point. The students initially thought this was about chanting, but the master corrected them, saying the point is focusing, not chanting. When you chant, your attention is dispersed by sound, mouth movements, and breathing, making the neural circuit complex. The master seeks ultimate purity, a single line connecting directly from your heart to the target, without any unnecessary branches. This leads to a powerful metaphor of when establishing neural connections. We should strive for a single line, like a highway, rather than a tree with tangled roots. The tree represents our usual state of distraction, thinking of A, then B, then C. This creates a broad but weak network. The goal is a single, pure, and strong path, a focused mental highway. Solidification through rest. The construction guide for this highway sounds counterintuitive. One sentence, one recitation, then take a rest. Usually, we think we must repeat things constantly to remember them, but the master emphasizes resting for a process called solidification. Imagine molding a cup out of clay. You must stop and let it air dry to harden. If you keep touching it, it will never set. This rest gives the brain time to fire and shape that new, fragile neural connection. It is like compacting freshly laid asphalt or letting cement harden. Without this step, the road breaks down. A short, deliberate rest tells your brain, I remember this. It prevents stray thoughts from opening unnecessary side roads and cultivates a powerful state of concentration. Practical combat, subduing defilements. How do we use this against deep-seated defilements? The master first criticizes the greedy mindset of trying to fix everything at once, wanting a reinstall system button for the soul. He suggests starting with the smallest, most concrete defilement, such as the craving for sugar. He cites scientific research from Australia and Cambridge University, pointing out that a high-sugar diet starts to corrode the brain's blood-brain barrier in just 4 to 10 days. The blood-brain barrier is the brain's firewall. If it's torn down, anything can get in. By transforming a vague bad habit into a terrifying danger, you create a new point of focus. Instead of "I don't want sugar," you visualize every bite of sugar is corroding my firewall and paving the way for dementia. By repeatedly focusing on this harm and solidifying the realization through rest, the brain's first reaction to switch eventually shifts from delicious to danger. Shock therapy and dealing with arrogance. For more abstract defilements like arrogance, the master proposes a more intense method. He analyzes the ultimate consequence of arrogance, being utterly alone because no one wants to be with you. His suggestion: go and personally experience that extreme state of loneliness now. He tells students to go into a forest full of mosquitoes and snakes. This hostile environment becomes a mirror, presenting the essence of arrogance in a physical form. The master describes irritable, aggressive thoughts as being like snakes. This shock therapy uses the real, physical friction of the environment to weaken negative neural circuits. The consequences of defilement are no longer a distant theory, but a real experience of mosquitoes and snakes. The master switches shame and conscience. What drives a person to do these difficult exercises? The ultimate core driving force is the sense of shame and conscience, heliotapa. This is not the negative shame or self-attack or feeling beyond help. Instead, it is like the regret a master craftsman feels when looking at a flawed product, a feeling of "I could have done better." It is a clear awareness that these defilements are lowering your potential and that you are harming yourself. This awareness is not about past self-blame but future responsibility. It generates the power to set things right. This healthy, dignified self-requirement is the master switch for change. Only those with this awareness can hook out the poisonous snake of defilement. Without it, one is no different from the beasts. Conclusion and reflection. This journey from neuroplasticity to ancient psychology shows that changing our thinking is an engineering project requiring precise repetition and conscious focus. The fuel is a profound understanding of why we must change. This is an active, even aggressive process. It is not about passive waiting for peace. It requires facing defilements head-on, studying their harms like a scientist, and carving out a brand new mental highway. Today's dialogue offers a powerful technique of placing yourself in an environment that reflects your inner struggles. Consider the stubborn habits or negative patterns within yourself. What would your specific forest look like? If you procrastinate, is it a room of unfinished tasks and stagnant air? If you have social anxiety, is it a party where you must speak? What would it mean to truly face the real-world consequences of your habits, not just in your mind, but in your actions?